Due to the rise in COVID-19 cases, governments across the globe had to enforce movement restrictions, and this has created business and economic disruption. In order to support the basic needs of the general public with continuous supply of food and services, the government has allowed few essential sectors such as hospitals and food retail markets to operate. But how did these labor-intensive businesses manage to cope with all these challenges when people's movement is restricted, permission letters have to be distributed immediately, and when there's the need to deal with health and quarantine issues of employees affected by the coronavirus? Hi, I'm Adibah Noor and you're watching Work Smartly. With the alarming surge of daily infection, the healthcare system is under immense pressure. The need for more frontliners, especially ICU nurses and environmental services staff responsible for infection control, has increased. There are many factors to consider when it comes to treating patients who are infected with the coronavirus. The public healthcare industry is highly dependent on frontliners, such as doctors, nurses, and even housemen, to ensure that COVID-19 patients get the care that they need. We're not only looking into caring for the patients. Other factors include healthcare workers need to attend to new patients, performing swab tests, lab testing, and even ensuring that there is a continuous supply of food for patients. Another labor-intensive industry that contributes to ensuring people's daily needs is the food and grocery retail industry. With a global worth of $11.7 trillion in 2019, the food retail industry highly depends on labor. When we look into the approach of how these organizations respond quickly to COVID cases, from the logistics of fresh food supply to the arrangement of store sanitation and manpower availability, these retail industries were able to bounce back quickly to reopen their stores. The question here is, how can they manage it effectively? From sorting out the food supply to making sure that there are sufficient workers to help keep the business going.
At the end of the day, all these issues and solutions will round back to the management of HR and people departments. For example, during the initial stage, in order for our healthcare customers to meet the high demand to manage the COVID-19 crisis, they had to recruit temporary workers to assist the frontliners.
Right.
So with that, the HR has managed to effectively recruit, evaluate analytical data with Work Smartly system to fill in the desired position within a very short period of time. Meanwhile, due to the tight schedule, HR was able to have a holistic view of worker availability for shift scheduling, which allows better arrangements to meet the ongoing and urgent demands. They have also managed to overcome other issues, whereby initially some of the frontliners were afraid to transfer swab tests from the testing site to the labs. Hence, they came out with a reward scheme managed by Work Smartly system to provide incentive for every swab test delivered to the labs. As for our food and grocery retail customers, they had also managed to take quick actions.
All right.
Whereby, for instance, when COVID cases were detected among employees, HR managed to announce quickly to both internal and external parties using Work Smartly system, in which all employees were able to receive critical info immediately via their mobile phone notifications. In addition, with Work Smartly attendance module, HR was able to immediately generate the past 14 days report to track back employees who had close contact with those who were infected with the coronavirus. And they were then sent for a swab test and even quarantines. These have to be done in a matter of a few hours to minimize the impact to their operations. With all of these automated processes and customization according to the organization needs and the nature of their business, the Human Resource Department managed to have effective workforce planning, better communication system, tackle productivity issues, and lastly, push forward with a system that is capable of managing the workforce during this crisis with minimum interruption to their business.
Subscribe to Work Smartly Digital HR System now by visiting worksmartly.com. It's much more fast, friendly, and fun.